Hello, everybody. Hold on, I got to get back here a little bit. I know the lighting just does not seem on at all. I got to adjust this a little bit. Yeah, it just, I don't know, man. See, when it looks completely different on YouTube than what it does, I think I'm going to have to take that lampshade off again. I really, really do think I'm going to have to take that lampshade off again. But then it just washes me out completely. Hold on. Let me see if I do this. No, that looks even worse. That looks even worse. Anyways, all right. I know it's going to take a little bit of time for people to get on. Seriously, this is just like I'm progressively like trying to test out new things. I'm trying to work out the lighting. I told you that I was going to put like a curtain in between where the desk, the computer, and everything is, and everything behind me right now. This is just something that I'm trying new. And me trying new things, guess what? Me coming on at 7:43, bad idea. Very bad idea, because I got nobody. I got absolutely nobody in here right now. This is the last thing that I needed. So let's see. 0, 0. I'm going to breathe. I'm not getting started with this show until I get at least one person. Because right now it's showing 0 people, 0 likes. Oh, we got one person. We got one person in here right now. Makes me feel, we got 1 like, and then that person just completely dipped out. Got 2 people in here. All right, so you know what? This is what happens. It's on just a little bit more of a delay than what I would like. But for the people that are in here right now, welcome. Welcome to the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream. This is me just, showing you a little bit of the progression of what it's like. Put up this like little curtain and stuff behind me. Just trying to kind of grow this stuff. I ordered the board that I needed. The board is coming. And then I'm going to be able to, I'm going to have a real life microphone stand where I don't have to hold it. I don't have to hold it at all. What up, Marissa? How are you? I'm not going to have to be able to hold the microphone. I'm going to be able to take live phone calls. I'm going to be able to play you videos during my live stream. There are so many things that I'm going to be able to do when it comes to the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream that it's something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. And that's also another thing. I can't wait until I get this thing right on the computer. Once I get it right on the computer, I think it's going to show me the true numbers. Because I got Marissa in there. Marissa is commenting on stuff. I'm just pulling up my news stories. Because I got my computer now. I definitely have my computer now. Anyways, guys. Before we get into everything. Oh, man. I don't know why they do this. 11 logins, inside dangerous TikTok trend, sending Texas kids to hospital. I got some news stories that I do want to talk about. But, so today I went over the insurance here at the new place. One of the things that, things get away from you at the new place, and with the insurance at the new place where I'm at right now, they needed some insurance done. They needed some insurance photos and stuff that we didn't have done yet. And they sent us a letter saying, we're going to cancel your insurance because we didn't have some GFI protectors next to the sink. So I had to go to Home Depot today. And there is something about being a man going to Home Depot going to Home Depot and actually checking out things, trying to find stuff. And I gotta admit, I looked and looked and looked where the GFI outlets to be able to upgrade the stuff in the house so our insurance doesn't get canceled. I looked for about 10, 15 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I got other things I got to do. So I actually had to ask. I was like, hey, I'm wearing my mask. I'm like, hey, can you tell me where the GFI outlet? Oh, yeah, that's on aisle 35. It was a woman, too. Woman had to tell me where to go find it. So I go and I get the GFIs with the supply chain issues and all that stuff. There were a lot of them that weren't in. I had to buy them. It was about $22. I had to buy 4 of them. I had to get 4 of them put in. So I bought those. And then I was trying to find a microphone attachment to be able to broadcast live from the computer tonight, and I wasn't able to find that. And then I just got home, and you know what? You guys have been donating. And don't forget, if you're logging in right now, give me a thumbs up, give me a liking. Does help me out with the algorithms. If you're in the chat room right now and you're a regular, just, hey, say hello. Say hello. I want to see that you guys are here. And don't forget, you guys can also super chat. You can hit that little dollar symbol. It's right now, it's like I'm center stage at a strip club, kind of, I'm working the pole, trying to get a little bit of action from you guys. If you want to do that, because all that money, I ended up buying the board today. I got the new microphone, so I'm not going to have to hold this little fuzzy tribble. You guys call it a tribble all the time. Not going to have to hold that anymore. So I got all that done, came home, I went on my walk/run. Yeah, Iggy, I'm just, Iggy, it's 7:49, been on for about 8 minutes. I just wanted to test out who had their alerts on. I guess Iggy. Well, I really can't complain, Iggy. Iggy, you're here for me all the time. But Iggy, I guess you didn't have your alerts on. Or maybe you did. Maybe you just were like, you know what? Tuddle's not important enough for me to just drop what I'm doing. Oh, what up, Sonic Shaman? How are you, Sonic Shaman? Need to get you on the show again. Oh, the show again. Sonic Shaman on the show again. I tried to be cute there. With TikTok and everything's going on with TikTok now. But the story reads, inside a dangerous TikTok trend that keeps sending Texas kids to the hospital. Now, you would think that the Texas kids would be tough. I mean, we're talking about Texas here. When a 14-year-old girl took 14 Benadryl pills in the middle of the night, her older sister called their grandmother for help, wanting to avoid getting in trouble with their parents. Look, I've been guilty of taking a lot of Benadryl. What up, little Lemmy? We've all been there. Like, we've all taken a little too much Benadryl. And a lot of us that take Tylenol PM with the acetaminophen, or if you ever had a pill problem back in the day and you took way too many hydrocodones with the acetaminophen in it, you didn't want to take any Tylenol PM on top of that because it would just absolutely kill your liver and your kidneys. So you would take Benadryl. You would take Benadryl to be able to go to sleep because you probably took too much Adderall during the day, or maybe did some bumps. Oh, yeah, I had bennies. Yeah, but I guess this is a new thing on TikTok. Because this 14-year-old girl took 14 Benadryl pills. Now, I'm just trying to be upfront. 14-year-old, 14 Benadryl pills. Is that the whole TikTok trend? You got to take a Benadryl for every year you are old. It was scary. She had fractured sentences, hallucinations. Her resting heart rate was whoa. All right, so. Yeah, it is natural selection, Lemmy. It said it was scary. She had a fractured sentences, hallucinations. Well, fractured sentences, been there, done that. And hallucinations, I mean, sounds like a great time. But how does Benadryl get your heart rate up to 199? And this is a resting heart rate, they said, of 199. I don't understand how that's even possible, people. I mean, there are people that have done like speedballs or just straight cocaine that's never had a 199 resting heart rate. And this is all from the girl's mother, according to Cook Children's Healthcare System, where the teen was treated in 2020. All right, let's read on here. 2 other teenagers also were being treated for Benadryl overdoses at Cook Children at the time. After watching online videos on popular social media platform TikTok, a year and a half later, Tarrant County teens are still being hospitalized after overdosing on Benadryl. I'm sorry, I know that I should not laugh at this, but what the hell is going on? People are overdosing on over-the-counter medications. And yeah, what up, Musty? 2 overdose incidents at Tarrant County High School in late January raised alarms that TikTok challenge could be recirculating. Yeah, just smoke your mom's weed. Be dumb teenagers. But no, they all gotta. Well, it's all because they were like, oh yeah, I can't get my hand on codeine or promethazole. I can't get on the true lean, so I'm gonna get on that white trash lean. And white trash lean is a Benadryl pill for every year you are old. Can I get a ride pod? What is the Benadryl challenge? Benadryl, or diphenhydramine, is a common over-the-counter allergy medicine. It treats symptoms like rash, itching, water eyes, cough, runny nose, and sneezing. The Benadryl challenge, which started trending on TikTok in 2020, encouraged teens to take an excessive amount of delirium. Delirium. Yeah. This is just another case of just dumb teenagers. Remember the Tide Pod challenge? Yeah, Tide Pod challenge. People were eating. Dumbass kids were eating Tide Pods. Anyways, this also happens a lot. Love and logins. Who gets custody of passwords in a breakup? All right, so first off, let's talk about this. How many of you guys do like share your best passwords? Because I got some pretty good passwords, but they've all changed. They've all changed since I got a divorce. And also, here's another one. Do you guys give your chick the password to your phone, or do you give your boyfriend the password to your phone? Or if you got an iPhone and you got the thumbprint, do you let your chick or your dude put his thumbnail in on the phone itself so he can check things? I don't know. I think there needs to be some type of separation when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, you don't need to be in all my business, because then it just seems like you guys just aren't meant for each other, because you don't trust each other worth a crap. But in New York, Emily Taffel didn't pull the password plug when she divorced her first husband. And she didn't cut off her boyfriend who followed. Now remarried with 4 stepchildren, she continues as a model of civility when it comes to the exes and logins. Yeah. The 41-year-old in Coral Springs, Florida, and her first husband didn't have kids, much money, or own a house when they divorced. What they did have were subscriptions to Netflix and Hulu. All right, so this is what got me. Oh, this this caused a little bit of a problem after mine. Me and my ex-wife, we ended up sharing an iTunes account. We did. And I don't understand for whatever reason, because I was in control of, not in control like, ooh, I'm in control of everything. No, it was like I took care of all the technology stuff. Well, for some reason, it was her email. And then we ended up getting separated. And you know, we both had iPhones and stuff. And what ended up happening was, once we ended up getting divorced, I couldn't update any of my apps. I could not update any of my apps because technically all the iTunes account was in her email. So there was absolutely nothing I could do until we were able to actually take care and start being cordial with each other. And then I was finally able to update. I was able to finally update a lot of the apps and stuff that I had. And then we just finally, I had to just bite the bullet. I had to bite the bullet. I had to start my own account. I had to rebuy all the apps. I had to buy every single app that I had already bought on the shared account. Well, it's not a lot of money, but about $50-$60 later, after getting everything that we had already had, or I had already had, then signing up for the streaming service and all that good stuff. Oh, man, I was so... No, dude, I would never do that, Musty. I'm never sharing another bank account. I mean, we can have a joint account that we pull everything in, but I got to have my own deal. It's just the way it's got to happen. But I ended up getting that fixed, and that was the big thing. But back to the Netflix and Hulu with this Emily chick, we paid for one of them and share. That was literally our divorce agreement, Taffel said. It was written right in there. We're still doing it. Well, I'm glad that you're admitting that you're ripping off Hulu and Netflix. When boyfriend Sam came along, but the romance ended 3 years later, they maintained close ties and joint custody of additional services, sharing logins and the cost to the day among themselves. And Taffel's ex-husband, Taffel, and her current husband have added more and shared down the line over a decade after her first marriage ended. I mean that's good, Iggy. I mean, you got a great relationship with your husband. You do. I don't know. This now more and more I read it, this is just a bunch of cheap ass people. That it's not about sharing passwords. It's about, hey, even though we hate each other's guts, even though I caught you banging the pool boy, or hey, even though you were banging your yoga instructor, I mean, we can be civil about this. I'll pay for the Hulu, you pay for the Netflix. And then if I hook up with somebody else, and then you hook up with somebody else, you know what we can do? I'll get those passwords, and then we can exchange those. It's just going to be like a big pandemic of screwing each other and just sharing passwords. That's what we're doing. I mean, this is all contact tracing when it comes to passwords. Yeah, I mean, it easily could be. You know what? I think you're right. This is for like a VPN. Express VPN. What up, Nedley Mandingo? Yeah, I think you might be right, Lemmy. I just read through this whole thing. Hey, you know what, Lemmy? Unlike all hosts, I could have sat there and just bullshitted you, but I'm not. Like, you got me. You literally, you got me there. And I know you weren't trying to be a dick, but you called me out, and I admitted it. And we'll just leave it at that. One last story I wanted to talk about. I don't even know how. You know what? Florida State Committee passes Don't Say Gay bill that would bar LGBTQ discussions in schools. Yep, good old Ron DeSantis there. Yeah, I mean, pretty good, Lemmy. The Florida Senate Education Committee passed a controversial bill on Tuesday that would bar school districts from encouraging classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity. All right, well, I mean, I could see that. I mean, we don't need to be talking about sex in school unless it is. No, I know you aren't trying to be a dick, Lemmy. I do agree. As long as, I mean, look, if you're talking about, I did a great interview with Tim today on the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream, or not live stream, but the audio podcast about this very exact thing. He is a licensed sex educator. He is gay. And would you guys have a problem if the teacher that was teaching sexual education was gay? My mom said she had a little bit of a problem with it. What up, Jack Enrod? My mom said she had a little bit of a problem with it, but then I explained it to her. It's like, okay, well, you got female teachers that are trying to teach boys about their penises. I mean, what do they know? They don't have penises. And vice versa. I mean, it could go either way. And just because the guy was gay, do you think, like, he should not, like, do you think he should be banned from teaching sex education to kids that are getting taught sex education? Does it matter if he's a gay man? But I guess here in the state of Florida, the Parental Rights and Education Bill, commonly referred to as the Don't Say Gay bill, by its critics, would apply to such topics in primary grade levels. Okay, well, look, I really do agree that if a parent doesn't want their kid to learn about that, that's up to them. But if we're all going to be a little bit more understanding of what's going on. No, and you know what, Lemmy, I talked about this with Tim today. That's also the other thing. That there's this whole smear campaign when it comes to homosexuals adopting and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So what I'm trying to say, though, is that there is this big smear campaign, just like Lemmy tried to say, is that, what Lemmy did say is that, there's this smear campaign where they try to make homosexual men out to be pedophiles, and that is absolutely sickening, in my opinion. It is. Because they all think, because it's gay men, they're pedophiles. They're into little boys, and that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And I think that is just absolutely sickening that a lot of people would even think about doing that. And I know that this might turn off some of my audience or people that are supporters of mine, but it's just the way that I feel. Gay men are not pedophiles. Matter of fact, I really do think that if there was a big buff ass, and most of the time, if you look at gay men, they're in pretty good shape. Pretty rugged too, and they could probably beat your ass. And I would almost guarantee you, if one of those like big ass muscular gay dudes was walking on the street and saw some pedophile touching a little boy, I bet that gay man would beat the ever-living crap out of that pedophile. I just think that's what would happen. And it just sucks that that's the way that it is. And, especially here in Central Florida with the big gay community we have, it just, I don't know. Exactly, Nelly Mandingo. Well, also at the same time, I mean, they want to lump in homosexuals with the Catholic Church, the priests that are molesting boys and stuff. I just don't think it's fair. Tom Delaney, $20. What up, Tom Delaney? I just don't think it's cool. I don't think it's right. And also, if you guys do get a chance, I really highly do suggest that you check out the interview that I did today on the Tuddle Daily podcast. I interviewed Tim, and he was actually a male escort as well, too. And he talked about some of the kinky fetishes and stuff. And he was telling me this one guy had a corpse fetish, and at first I was like, "Whoa, what are you talking about, corpse fetish?" I've heard it called other things, but he said corpse fetish. I was like, "What? Was the guy like a mortician or something like that?" He was like, "No, it wasn't like that. He just liked me." No, I have not watched Pam and Tommy yet, but I've heard that it's actually really, really good. But he said that the guy he had a corpse fetish, and this guy was a wannabe like medical examiner, and he would have these like plastic like examination tools and stuff, and the guy had to lay there. Tim had to lay there completely still, waiting for the guy to do the autopsy on him and stuff. It was such a great interview. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I know that I started a little early. I do apologize. I'm just trying out different times. It's just another little step. I can almost guarantee you next week I'm going to get back. It's going to be the new schedule. It's going to be the 2-hour live stream every single day. That audio is going to get put on the Tuddle Daily Podcast audio version. And that's going to be it. That's about it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, Tom Delaney, for the $20 in the super chat. Things are looking good. Things are going to be great. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for supporting what I do.